DM Greg here with a quick video. This is for our new Fantasy Grounds Savage Worlds game days. We have brand new players to Fantasy Grounds, and I think a quick video tutorial will help immensely for those new players and anybody else looking to get into Savage Worlds on Fantasy Grounds. Part of the terms for our game day is that players have the Fantasy Grounds client downloaded and updated prior to our game start time. Obviously, looking at my screen, if you already have this, it's downloaded. You could download Fantasy Grounds from Steam or from fantasygrounds.com and get the web installer there. Players only need a free demo account to play at our game days, as long as the GMs have an ultimate license. That's across the board for any rule set or system, whether you're running one-shots or game days or long ongoing campaigns. Just because you have it installed doesn't mean you're updated yet. You do need to run check for updates. There'll be a red box around this button here if you are out of date. You just have to click it and it'll run the updater. At the time of this recording, I am current on version 4.2.2, stable release on June 7th. Now, for players, you're going to hit Join Campaign. I know it's a one-shot. We're not doing campaigns, but it's the terminology that Fantasy Grounds uses to find a table. So we're going to hit Join Campaign. Your Game Master should provide you their GM name, their Fantasy Grounds GM name. And all you should have to do if they have it on the cloud is do a search. Mine is Greg Rex. I have a GM host running in the background. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit highlight it. I'm going to hit start. If the GM puts a password on their table, they should provide you with the password. This authentication will fail without it. Mine is password. I assure you this is not what I use for my banking information. You hit retry, and I'll start connecting. And it's acquiring the file list. All it's doing is using the cloud connection. It's not cloud hosted, it's just cloud connected for networking. It's downloading data off my host machine as the GM to the player client machine across the internet. So players could use GM's books just like if you're at your kitchen table. The core rules are shareable, stuff like that. Now, as you log in, if a good hardline connection is available by both the GM and the player, it should take 20 seconds or less. Once you're in as a player, I recommend just closing campaign setup for now until you get savvy with Fantasy Grounds. But you'll have this character selection if there are pre-gens. I believe every game this Thursday, for the purposes of recording, is pre-gens are available. So the pre-gen list will pop up with all the characters. And all you got to do is just kind of go through your renames, but say I'm interested in being Ned Harkness. Open them up. You can see I have them claimed up here. I have my attributes, my skills. In my combat tab, I have my knife, my peacemaker. If I had any powers, they'd be here. My inventory shows me all my gear. You can even see that my bedroll, saddle, and saddlebags are located on my horse. So that's why they're grouped together like that. Any character notes that are provided. Right here is where we're going to get it. This is for this adventure. Now, going back to traits, rolls are made by double-clicking or dragging and dropping. For example, if I am doing a riding skill, right, you'll see that I rolled both the D8 and the D6 because I'm a wild card. Fantasy Grounds understands that. And I had those I'm encumbered too. So that's how you do that. Or you could, if I need to do a guts check, there's a drag and drop method. And you see that the wild card die was the high on that one. If you just need to make an attribute check, same thing. You do an agility, double click it. And one last thing. The combat tab. All right, we got the damage here. You can see the acing, another ace. This is awesome. So ended up with a 19, quite a few raises on that, right? So think that's it. That's all I wanted to show. Fantasy Grounds does all the automation. If you have a character that you select that you realize you don't want, all you have to do is up in the portrait up here, you right click and you hit release. And that's it. Thank you.